Anna, are you ready for Star Wars Episode 2?
Yes, I'm hoping there's less gimmicky Jar Jar Binks antics and more plot line, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yep, we'll see. All right, so I don't think there's much to talk about before this movie. Do you want to just jump in?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's jump in. So they're making an army.
I'm glad it wasn't like General Jar Jar Binks is heading the army.
Well, they haven't created the army yet, so you don't know. Notice how more realistic the starships look?
Yeah, you're right.
I guess I was wrong. There was no danger at all.
You spoke too soon.
So sorry. No.
You did your job. You were the decoy.
I shouldn't have come back.
You did your duty. Corday did hers.
I will not let this republic that has stood for 1,000 years be split in two.
Dark side clouds everything. Impossible to see. The future is.
I also wonder though, like, if there's like a separatist movement that's forming, like if there's a legitimate like uprising within like a political faction, like it.
Let's say if tomorrow Pennsylvania said wanted to secede from the Union, federal government won't stand for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're sweating. Relax. Take a deep breath. I haven't seen her in 10 years, Master.
10 years, so if he was like, what, 8 or 9 then? So he's 18, 19 now.
Mommy! This is so starting to see in your son.
Looky, Senator. He's a Jedi.
All right, that needs to be all he says the whole movie. Looky, Senator.
Annie? My goodness, you've grown.
So have you. Grown more beautiful, I mean.
Annie, you'll always be that little boy I knew on Tatooine.
It's like, oh man.
That's not really friend zoning, that's like mom zoning.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're just a little boy. I remember he's like, damn. I've grown up, I promise.
Those do not look pleasant.
Your little grubs. Ugh, no.
Yeah.
New fear unlocked. Oh my gosh, the commitment. Oh my gosh.
That guy said some very choice words.
Uh-huh. His road rage has been initiated. Catch him. Nice.
It's like a flying squirrel.
Yeah, he is.
Did you see
He
that?
has like gills or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a hazard for pedestrians.
Or like someone has their window open and something flies out the window and then clocks somebody in the head.
She went into the club, Master.
You went in there to hide, not to run.
Yes, Master.
Next time, try not to lose it.
Yes, Master.
This weapon is your life.
I try, Master. Why do I get the feeling you're going to be the death of me? You're the closest thing I have to a father. Then why don't you listen to me? I am trying.
He's trying, he's like constantly criticizing him.
Well, yeah, people aren't really like inspired to do their best whenever they feel like they're not going to get any positive feedback for when they do well.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
Death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
Do you know who it was you were trying to kill?
It was a senator from Naboo.
And who hired you?
Tell us now!
It was a bounty hunter called...
Oh. Oh. Interesting.
Toxic dart.
Know its origin, maybe? Who would shoot that kind of thing?
CSI Labs, they would know everything about it.
They've finally given you an assignment. In time, you will learn to trust your feelings. I see you becoming the greatest of all the Jedi, Anakin.
There's a really slimy quality to him. The way he carries himself.
Yeah. It's like in his voice, the way he walks all slow, and like, I don't know, something about his whole character.
He is not ready to be given this assignment on his own yet.
Yoda's soldier.
The boy has exceptional skills.
But he still has much to learn, Master.
In this scene, you can really see how everything is green screen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you totally can.
A flaw more and more common among Jedi. Too sure of themselves they are.
Do you think his little chair floats around with the Force, or if he has like some magnetic thing in there that like operates independently?
I would assume there's a magnetic thing. Like, it would be silly to use the Force or something like that.
It will be your responsibility to take my place in the Senate. Representative Binks, I know I can count on you.
Can you imagine watching Jar Jar Binks with C-SPAN?
Oh, I already feel like I am sometimes.
I haven't worked for a year to defeat the Military Creation Act, to not be here when its fate is decided.
Sometimes we must let go of our pride.
I love how space luggage is like the same.
Kind of looks like a litter box.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Obi-Wan is a great mentor. I am truly thankful to be his apprentice. I'm ready for the trials, but he feels that I'm too unpredictable. He won't let me move on.
That must be frustrating.
It's worse. He's overly critical. He never listens. He doesn't understand.
He does have a point about him being overly critical.
Mm-hmm.
Our mentors have a way of seeing more of our faults than we would like. It's the only way we grow. Don't try to grow up too fast. Please don't look at me like that.
It's creepy.
It makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Be safe, my lady.
Thank you, Captain. Take good care of Dorme.
I feel like the number of suitcases she packed does not correlate with how many articles of clothing are involved in each outfit she wears. Like, she needs a lot more suitcases.
Someone to see you, honey.
Obi-Wan!
You want a cup of joe with juice?
Even in the galaxy far, far away, there's diners.
Oh, yeah. It's like the same style and everything, too.
Mm-hmm.
And pulling up his pants with his extra hands.
What can I do for you?
You can tell me what this is.
Don't you have an official CSI division in, like, the government?
Yeah, you don't have to go to, like, this diner, dude.
What you got here is a Camino saber dart.
I wonder why it didn't show up in the analysis archives.
Oh, maybe that's why he went to the analysis archives and they didn't figure it out.
Must be difficult having sworn your life to the Jedi. Are you allowed to love?
Attachment is forbidden. Compassion, which I would define as unconditional love, is central to a Jedi's life. And so you might say that we are encouraged to love.
But they're monks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds kind of like Buddhism.
Younglings, a visitor we have.
Hello, Master Obi-Wan.
I'm looking for a planet described to me by an old friend.
Lost a planet Master Obi-Wan has. How embarrassing.
Making an example out of him in front of the students.
The star and all the planets disappeared, they have.
Because someone erased it from the archive memory.
Only a Jedi could have erased those files. But who?
The Jedi IT could have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Meditate on this. I will.
They must have a database administrator.
We must consider your own safety.
What is your suggestion, Master Jedi?
Oh, Anakin's not a Jedi yet. He's still a Padawan learner. But I was thinking...
Hold on a minute.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. I'm in charge of security here, milady.
And this is my home. I know it very well. That is why we're here. I think it would be wise if you took advantage...
Look at her looking at him
Yeah, she's like,
like...
look at this scum talking over her.
Perfect. It's settled then.
Master Jedi, the Prime Minister is expecting you.
Interesting. Some of like the traditional alien imagery.
Mm-hmm.
We used to come here for school.
Oh, that's a cool dress. That's neat.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Here everything is soft and smooth.
She should have really thought more about the choice of dress when you're next to a horny teenager.
Yeah. She should have. She should have known. With that face, she kind of knows what she's doing. She's like... She sees what she's doing. She's like, I see the effect I'm having.
No. shouldn't have done that.
Why do people in movies always say that after they kiss?
I shouldn't have. All dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So either, like, don't do it from the start, or, like, the more realistic thing is that it's, like, post-facto. People are like, oh, I regret doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Not, like, in the moment stopping, like, kissing someone and being like, I shouldn't be doing this.
We need a system where the politicians sit down and discuss the problem.
That's exactly what we do. The trouble is that people don't always agree.
Well, then they should be made to.
Sounds an awful lot like a dictatorship to me.
I know this meme format.
Like this exact conversation.
Yep.
I mean, yep. Do they look like ticks?
Yeah, they do look like giant ticks. Ew.
I'm in agony. The thought of not being with you. What can I do? I will do anything that you ask.
We can't. It's just not possible.
Why?
If you follow your thoughts through to conclusion, it'll take us to a place we cannot go. I will not let you give up your future for me.
I wish that I could just wish away my feelings.
And you already failed as a Jedi.
Yeah, if you can't control your emotions.
We could keep it a secret.
We'd be living a lie.
I imagine randomly opening like a cheap romance novel and that being in there word for word.
Oh, absolutely. Like some young adult fiction. We can't. But I want to. But we can't.
Exactly.
I think it is time we inform the Senate that our ability to use the Force is diminished.
Only the Dark Lord of the Sith knows of our weakness. If informed the Senate is, multiply our adversaries will.
Here's a point.
Yeah.
Papa, get on board!
Oh.
Didn't he just tell him to not lose his lightsaber earlier? Now he's looking at losing his own lightsaber.
You can give out all the advice, but then in his situation, he's not taking it. Oh my gosh. Now you have to, like, support each other at this moment.
Or, like, if he had a way that.
Ooh. It's quite the fall.
At that force, that thing would slice right through his arm. Unfortunately.
Wow, here he is.
No bata! No dodo!
Guilty conscience. I didn't do it. Whatever it is.
My mother.
I sold her
You sold her.
to a monster farmer named Lars. I heard he freed her and married her.
The level of comfort currently being achieved on my lap is unprecedented.
Oh, I know.
Seismic charges.
Oh. Wow.
R4. Prepare to jettison the spare part canisters.
Good timing.
Well, we won't be seeing him again.
Or so they thought.
How might I be of service? I am C,
3PO.
the Maker. I knew you would return. I knew it.
Aw.
Tusken Raiders. He took her. Mindless monsters. 30 of us went out after her. 4 of us came back. Your mother's dead, son.
We must persuade the Commerce Guild and the Corporate Alliance to sign the treaty.
What about the senator from Naboo? I am not signing your treaty until I have her head on my desk.
That guy holds a grudge for a long time. Oh.
Oh, there she is. Yay.
I'm so proud of you, honey.
Stay with me, Mom.
I love.
No. That happens so much in these movies, there's like redemption or like closure found, and then someone dies. And then I wonder, like, in situations like this, how is that anything other than hate that's, like, flowing through him in that moment, you know? And that's why I'm, like, confused by it, because it's like, oh, he's supposed to be, like, a Jedi, but, like, that's... If he's, like, emotionally reacting to that situation, that seems like that would be... I don't know, maybe Yoda's responding to it. That's, maybe he feels something's off. It's like he's acting out of hate.
Pain, suffering, death, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Anakin, do copy. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's not on Naboo, R4.
Slightly different beeps than R2.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine the pain the character would have to go through to finally see his mom after 10 years and that.
And finding her like that, alive, and then having her die right after finding her.
I can see that, like, I wouldn't blame him becoming Darth Vader now.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd she have to die? Why couldn't I save her? I know I could have.
It's also interesting how she held on for that long until she saw him.
I will be the most powerful Jedi ever.
Oh, and we know what happens.
I will even learn to stop people from dying. It's all Obi-Wan's fault. I killed them. The women and the children, too. They're like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals. I hate them.
Yeah, here's the hate coming out. We can see
And
his...
there's the Darth Vader music.
Oh, that's interesting how they fuse those together once he starts like showing those emotions.
I think that's brilliant, the use of music for that.
Absolutely.
Wherever you are, it's become a better place. You were the most loving partner a man could ever have. Goodbye, my darling wife.
Aww.
Lars, tragic too, he lost his leg trying to get his wife back.
Yeah.
Now his wife is dead. And he probably, especially if she was alive until he got there, he probably feels like a total failure because he hasn't gone to get her.
And he had just like assumed she was dead the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said to Anakin, like, she's dead, it's not worth it, you know?
I miss you.
Yeah, it's really tragic. I mean, like, they were slaves, and then he was like taken away from his mom, like, although it was to like pursue a better life. He finally gets to see her again, and she's like being tortured basically.
Yeah.
After being sold off to someone else. And then she dies.
I'm not worried, Artu. It's just I've never flown before.
Oh. See, they've got the right balance of the humor, and I'm glad that I haven't had a lot of Jar Jar Binks involved in this. There was a very limited amount. Oh.
Unfortunately, the debate is not over.
That looks so uncomfortable, that collar.
Yeah, it does.
Senate must vote the Chancellor emergency powers.
But what senator would have the courage to propose such a radical amendment?
If only Senator Amidala were here.
What if I told you that the Republic was now under the control of the Dark Lord of the Sith?
The Jedi would be aware of it.
The dark side of the Force has clouded their vision, my friend.
Mm.
You must join me, Obi-Wan, and together we will destroy the Sith.
I will never join you, Dooku.
Misa propose that the Senate give immediately emergency powers to the Supreme Chancellor.
Of course, it's him.
It is with great reluctance that I have agreed to this calling. I love democracy.
Sure. Sure.
And as my first act with this new authority...
Oh, that's cool. The girl on his left looks like a statue or something. How she's... The weird, like, cape and, like, the way she's, like, painted white and stuff.
So you could say that Jar Jar Binks is partially responsible for the end of democracy.
Yeah, you could. And I think that we should put that on him. I think that weight should be on his shoulders, yeah.
See those columns of steam straight ahead? They're exhaust vents of some type.
That'll do.
You don't know what's in there. What's if it's a volcano?
Yeah.
Follow my lead.
Don't worry. I've given up trying to argue with you.
My obtuse little friend, if they had needed our help, they would have asked for it.
Two's little friend.
For a mechanic, you seem to do an excessive amount of thinking. I am programmed to understand humans. That means I am in charge here. Hey, where are you going now? You don't know what's out there.
He's doing his own thing.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much every movie is R2 doing whatever it is he wants and C-3PO complaining.
Mm-hmm.
But look at the last one.
And following him around anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. Maybe this is why you don't just like land in random ventilation holes.
Yeah, you're gonna get stamped.
Mm-hmm. Into a Padme square.
Oh my goodness. Shut me down. Machines making machines. I'll prefer first.
I prefer.
You get your chance alone.
It's got rockets.
Clearly R2-D2 is just like the superior character like throughout the whole movie. Like every movie, he you know, is curious, inquisitive, but he has like all the resources to defend being that way, you know, like or to justify being that way, I suppose. He's like, oh, here's this weird like assembly line thing underground. I can just, you know, fly around.
Oh no!
No, get in there, get your head on.
I'm so confused.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be in there. Get out of there. Get out.
That was a cool shot where they showed it pouring you. For a moment, you thought it was to her.
Yeah, I thought it was her. Yeah. Was that his lightsaber that just went flying? I see.
Not again. Obi-Wan's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid to die. I've been dying a little bit each day since you came back into my life.
Is he so creepy?
You love me?
I was beginning to wonder if you'd got my message.
I retransmitted it just as you had requested, Master. Then we decided to come and rescue you.
Good job.
Ew, the swarm of all the bugs. Cheering. Ugh. Oh. Oh, man. Those are horrifying creatures.
Just relax, concentrate. What about Padme? She seems to be on top of things.
Nobody's noticing that she's doing that? Ooh. That guy's like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
She can't do that. Shoot her or something.
Shoot her. Oh man.
These guys are like, yeah, that's so much, like that's what I came to see.
Yeah, it's a lot more entertaining than people just being killed immediately.
Yeah.
Jump!
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that would not be a comfortable ending at all.
This isn't how it's supposed to be.
Patience, Viceroy, patience, she will die. Master Windu.
This party's over.
Or maybe the party's just beginning.
Oh yeah. A different kind of party. Oh, whoa. Oh my gosh, that's like a whole army.
My legs aren't moving. I must need maintenance.
What's all this noise? A battle! I'm programmed for etiquette, not destruction!
Nice. Solid move.
Nice.
Fancy. Yep. And then trampled.
Well, he's got that armor. He may be okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Not anymore.
Solid decapitation right there. Wow.
The kid had to see the whole thing.
Yeah, that was his dad, though.
Die, Jedi gods! What did I say?
You call this a diplomatic solution?
No, I call it aggressive negotiations.
I like that. Solid.
What are you doing?
Take his head off.
My head!
Oh, and he's gonna put it on the body.
This is such a drag. I'm quite beside myself.
I'm beside myself. Pun intended.
Look!
Around the survivors, a perimeter create.
The way he speaks, it makes everything sound so poetic.
Yes. I like the details of like the missiles changing and things like that.
Yeah.
And nobody grabbed them.
The disrespect. Aww.
Wouldn't you expect the head to fall out just about then? Like when he grabbed the helmet?
Yeah, well also, did you see whenever he got decapitated, there was like this weird like thing in it. It wasn't like a neck.
I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, it looked like a mechanical part or something. It was not like a head. Jeez. Ultimate weapon, yeah.
Put the ship down! Don't let your personal feelings get in the way!
Oh. He looks kind of silly on his little thing.
Like a Vespa.
Yeah, right.
We have a job to do! I don't care! Put the ship down! You will be expelled from the Jedi Order! I can't leave her! What do you think Padme would do were she in your position? She would do her duty.
You're gonna pay for all the Jedi that you killed today, Dooku.
We'll take him together.
Take him
Now! No, Anakin, no!
Yeah, maybe listen to the guy that's like teachy. Mm-mm.
Brave of you, boy.
Nice. The double-handed lightsaber duel.
And
So many lost arms.
He becomes Han Solo. I can't take credit for that. Somebody in the comments in another video said that.
Master Yoda.
Oh, do I get to see an epic Yoda battle now? It's a nice try, man.
But is he a Kane if he's got all these powers?
I don't know, it makes him look cool or something. Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet he can do some like crazy little twists and spins being so tiny.
But well you have.
This is just the beginning.
Wouldn't it be easier just to move the guys instead of trying to stop like the super heavy thing?
Yes. He could just go and
just scoot them out of the way. But
well, we need a plot vehicle to allow Dooku to escape.
Yeah.
Well, those highway patterns, when you look at makes it look like runes.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Or like crop circles or something.
Yeah.
The Force is with us, Master Sidious.
You have done well.
It's Palpatine.
The chin is unmistakable.
Yeah. It's obvious. Wait, why doesn't he get, like, the bionic hand? How Luke did. Or I guess maybe the technology isn't as developed yet because this is
maybe
previous, but I don't know.
Maybe just to accentuate that he's half robotic here.
Yeah.
Are they getting married too?
The couple we've all been waiting for. R2-D2 and his nagging wife, C-3PO. Initial impressions. Better than episode 1. I will say that. Better than episode 1. It was easier to follow the story without all the gimmicky Jar Jar Binks stuff. They kept that to a minimum, which I appreciated. It's nice knowing some more of the background of Anakin and understanding what's going to lead up to this, like, Darth Vader transition. But I have to say I'm still, like, not as impressed with these as I am with the initial trilogy so far. I feel like partial to those, and I don't know if it's just because I like the charm of movies in that era, or if it's something about it just being, like, the first ones that's created, like, this impression in my mind of, like, them being, like, the great ones. But I don't know, something about the way the story is told, it has this kind of, like, appreciation for, like, the way a narrative is portrayed to the viewer in a way that I feel like this is more of, like, I don't know, fanfare, like movie fantastical quality. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I feel about it. Like the narrative structure of the original trilogy feels more satisfying and more evocative as a viewer.
It feels like George Lucas literally grabbed a cheap romance and copied from one of them pretty much verbatim the stupid stuff they say. It just feels so cringe.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a way you can do, like, kind of, like, semi-cheesy dialogue and just have it there as, like, that being kind of the humor, and then, like, having the movie or, like, the story speak for itself in a way of, like, being very expressive or, like, having a good storyline. But this, it kind of feels like that was there as, like, no, take this dialogue seriously, and then here's some comedy on the side as well.
Yeah.
So that didn't even serve as, like, the comedic relief or anything.
That should have been the C storyline.
Yeah.
Like, just to made fun of a little bit and then forgotten. Instead, that was the A storyline. Like, that was the crux of the movie, that this horny teenager likes this woman who's, like, 15 years older than him. It's creepy.
It is creepy. And I agree, yeah, it should have just been, like, a side plot where, like, that could have, like, very well have been, like, the comedic relief where it's, like, oh, he's, like, trying to get the girl, but, like, then there could be, like, things thrown in there about how, like, this is weird, you know, like, you have mommy issues, like, something like this could have been thrown in there. More tactfully, of course. But, like, no, they did make it kind of, like, the primary plot point, and I don't find that as, like, compelling. Like, I don't feel as interested in, like, seeing what's happening because I know, like, what's going to be addressed more is, like, him, like, trying to decide, should I jump off of the ship or not? Like, should I, like, follow my duty? Instead of them, like, focusing on, like, what is your duty for? Like, what are you, like, committing yourself to in this moment? And, like, what is the value of that? Like, exploring those implications more is what I really liked about it. And I think Rogue One did that really well, too. So, and the original trilogy, of course.
But we'll see what happens in the next movie. I will tell you that there's a I don't know about huge, but there's a fairly sizable portion of Star Wars fans, mostly of a younger generation, who think the next movie, Episode 3, is their favorite of all Star Wars.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see it then. I want to see how I feel about it.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. Thank you for being here with us, and we'll see you at Episode 3, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Have an awesome day.